Siguro, maybe a story of how things started for you. Like, paano nagsimula kayo and yung Vivian Sarabia?
How did it start? Okay. How did Vivian Sarabia start?
Yes.
Started when I was like 5 years old. And my playground was the optical of my father. So from day one, my father already inculcated in my mind, you are going to be an optometrist. From day one, there was no choice. It was like there, it's a birthright. So, you know, as I've said, the brain is a sponge, right? So when you're playing there, you see the opticals, your playground, and day in and day out, you're there. So it's like, it becomes a second nature to you. So you don't even think, what am I going to take up? Although deep in your heart, you know what you want. But still, there's that thing in you that, no, you're supposed to be like this. You see, that's supposed to be. Well, the good child that I am, you know, you take it up because just to please your parents, right? However, by doing that, you don't really realize that it was for your own good, you know. So when I took up optometry and then I went to the States, I took up my master's. When I came back, I still didn't like optometry. It was just a thing that I had to do. So when I came back, I looked at all the opticals and it was so medical and so like that. And I really enjoy advertising and marketing. So I tried to look at the opticals as I could create what I want here. It doesn't have to be medical. So that's where I started to change the landscape of the optical business. I started to put in fashion frames. I started to make it into a marketing packaging. So I started to change the look of the optical into a retail store and started to change the mindset of people that when you come to an optical, you're just supposed to have your eyes examined and have a pair of glasses without even thinking what it is. That's why people say, oh, I don't want to wear glasses because I'm going to look old, I'm going to look ugly. So I need to change that thing. And through that, that's where I was able to apply what I enjoy most, which is conceptualization, advertising, and marketing. And that's where I am now.
Were you the first in the Philippines to do this? I mean, before, let's say, George Optical or EO? Or...
Excuse me? Sarabia Optical is the first optical in the Philippines. It's established in 1906. I'm the first generation. To your question whether I was the first one who started to change the way an optical looks, I would say yes. I have been, you know, I'm a rebel in the optical business. Every time I look at it, no, there must be, I want to be different, okay, put it that way. I want to be different, I want to be challenged. I want to think out of the box and see whether it works. Because if it doesn't work, I can just go back again to the box, right? But at least I tried. So that's how I started. I started to put in the sunglasses in front and started to departmentalize what's in an optical store. And through the time, and you know, and at present right now, every day there's something new. So every day, every time you go to the mall, you look at it and says, oh, I could do something here. I could do something here. So you're a work of progress. You're evolving all the time.
What's your philosophy behind, you know, improving and doing all of these innovations, you know, trying to make a shop more of a lifestyle shop rather than just an optical? What's in it for you?
Nothing.
Philosophy behind it?
Nothing. I just find satisfaction in keeping up with a challenge that works. I just find satisfaction in having an idea that's just there in my mind and that grows and grows, and it flies. That for me is my driving force. And the moment it flies, I think again of another one, for another kite to fly.
What's your main motivation for improvement? Is it financially or so?
It's one big package. It's one. I mean, of course, financing is good. Being financially successful is good. Emotions should also be there. The passion should always be there. Because I feel that the moment you stop having the passion, you become stagnant.
So you don't agree with people retiring and...
You're going to retire from life? You never retire from life.
Yeah.
I don't want to have Alzheimer's. The moment you stop your brain from working, it's like a machine, it's like a car. A car that's left out there for 3 months or 6 months will have a hard start. So you always have to be there.
how did you apply this to yung sa Vivian Sarabia Optical? Like, maybe like some key experiences lang that you saw that you're very proud of, that you've improved on.
When people start copying me,
Okay.
then I feel that I must probably have done something right. Or when I see a collection that is not known here, but I'm very excited about, I'm like jumping of joy and I could hardly wait to put it in the shop and fix it. And then people start buying it. Then iba yung rush eh. There's that adrenaline rush that, wow, you know, I did something here. Or probably a concept which everybody tells you, is it going to work? It's been tried. It's not. But still, I said, no, it might just work. And it works. That's for me.
Do you have a concrete story?
Okay, concrete story. Okay. There was this experience that I had about contact lenses, like, let's say, 8 years ago. The contact lenses was introduced in the 70s, 80s, then it died down because it just became part of optical. Then colored contact lens came up, you know, colored contact lenses. So the first one that came here with the colored contact lenses, the people that were buying it were probably those works in the bar, the dancer that goes abroad. So it was like the other people were saying, no, I'm not going to wear that. I'm going to look like in a different kind of profession, like the oldest profession. Yeah, kailangan soci ako, social ako, right? It's always that thing. So one day, a contact lens company asked me and says, Vivian, I have this colored contact lens product, which is so good, but it doesn't lift off. It was already launched, but it doesn't lift off. I won't name the company because that's commercial. But I said, just change the name. Okay? So we changed it to colors. All right? Just colors. And I said, okay, give me, actually this started the colored contact lens business. And this goes on record that did it. Give me 50 pairs. I went to ABS-CBN and I gave it out. I gave it out to all the artista and the actors, and I just said, free. And I said, with all my doctors, okay, one night. And I said, just for 1 week, just wear them for 1 week. In 1 month, sales went up, and for the whole year, that, until to this day, they would always say, was the best, the golden year of contact lenses. That until to this day acknowledged. And then the disposable contact lenses came in. Of course, our economy, we would be saying, I can't afford a lens that you throw out. So it took time, That I also started introduce. I love helping a product that I believed in launch. I enjoy that. Even with no pay, that gives me my highs. Yeah, it's a drug. Honestly, what is a drug? It makes you feel good in any form.